That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's a mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters. This broadcast starts now.
What's good, everybody? Thank you for tapping in and tuning in. We are here live on Tuesday evening, and we on time. On time.
We always on time. I say 7-ish. I don't necessarily say, right at 7. But
y'all know we live from Studio B as always for now. Anywho. What's good, everybody? What's good, babe? How you doing over there?
Chilling. I feel like I feel like there's been a shakeup. I think there's been a shakeup in conversation. Not talking about crypto. But saying certain things, people will you will get the attention of certain people. Not saying you get the attention from all the right people, but you're going to get the attention of some people. I think the strange thing is about that is the fact that it's not anybody's fault that people are nosy. It may be the ways that they're nosy, but at the same time, it's like, are we embracing the fact that we know we got nosy people in our lives, and it's like, I choose to deal with it this way, I choose to deal with it that way, but why would we have to deal with it all together? It's like you doing something to better yourself and put your talent base out there and do something risky, and then all of a sudden you start getting these people that want to challenge what you do or how you doing it, doubt you, hate on you, whatever the case may be. But I always have to throw it back too, because in our innate ability to know that that bullshit's going on, we become a little nosy. But that's why I titled this what I titled it. Stop being nosy. They'll be all right. They're gonna be all right. Don't matter what you got going on. Don't pay attention to the people that's trying to pull you down to their level. It's like I heard something Mike Epps said on an interview where he had, immediately was talking about him doing some type of illegal drug. I'll just say that. Just look at the interview. I ain't gonna put his business out there completely, but he said
hell, it's already out there.
Well, yeah, but anyway, that's not my business to tell. I'm just using it as a reference point because of what I was getting ready to say. But I think this is what he was saying. He was doing all these things and become successful in everything, and then it was like people were hating on him because of that. And I just thought it was very familiar because he also said it was like they didn't like him when his elevation was up, but then it was like they always was there when he was crying after he came down off that shit.
Wow.
So it was like they would rather me be down than to have the success that I have or whatever the case may be and appreciate it. But there's always that type of jealousy when people are not able, I wouldn't say able to put themselves in that position. It's being able to just, I don't know, like appreciate that somebody's being another black man is being successful or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Our black women, whatever. And then it's like, you're going to have that select group of people that's going to hate on you just because of maybe the attention or what you're putting out, how successful you are, start assuming certain things about you because now you're fitting into this category. And you realize that you have to kind of back off because it's not comfortable to sit there and be in everybody's, I wouldn't say you in everybody's conversation, but when you become a certain level of, I wouldn't necessarily attach this to financial, but a lot of times when you become I would say in a comfortable part of life, spiritually, financially, just everything, cultural, whatever it is you got, you just socially, you just there. And there's always an assumption or an expectation that people will now look at you as if they were in your developmental stages of where you're at today. Meaning, at some point in time, you was where they were at.
Right.
Now that you have reached different levels and you have been able to achieve higher heights and things of that nature, those people are still down there. But are those people that's down there, appreciating you and saying, I see you and I, everything I seen you do, you did it right. And that was what's up, and then you, I think, appreciate people that can see what you have done without you having to put your stuff out there, your business out there. But then you'll always have those people that's going to hate you in the same breath.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, we've talked about it many, many times, on the podcast where social media has truly become, I don't necessarily want to say like the true outlet, but this provides everybody a way to
social media. I'm gonna be honest with you. Social media was giving the voice of the people for the people, giving them a platform to express themselves. And now that they have that, people that have certain control of certain things in their life have that same expectation on social media. And it's it's funny because it's like you can talk all that aggressive, just and trying to intimidate everybody that's around you type conversation all day long. But if that stuff is working out where you were at, 9 chances out of 10, you're going to probably have a 20% success rate somewhere else. There's a large gap of failure there.
Right.
So it's like you have to humble yourself enough to be able to appreciate other people's approaches and other people's ways of doing things and just how people are. People be peopling just like life be lifing.
Mm-hmm.
But the math don't be mathing sometimes when these same damn people want to be like, yo, I see what you're doing over there. You think you can break your boy off something? It's like, to what? Fail again tomorrow? Now you're just adding enablers to your fucked up situation. Because you can't control your financial situation. You're going to find somebody dumb enough to make it go longer. Because you're too stubborn and hard-headed to just figure it out. Like, I don't need to be doing this when a lot of the reason why I don't have this is because of this. And it's always, subject and the predicate.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a subject and predicate. I hate to bring it into English, but I had to break it down for y'all so y'all can understand. A complete sentence is a subject and a predicate, right? But at the same time, we always want to violate how we look at certain things based off of what we believe in. And everybody says that that's the way life's supposed to go, right? Yeah, but you can't that's like someone telling you have to go to this church. If you need your life, you have to go to this church. They told you that you have to go to school too, right? Or if you didn't, you was truant. And we was latchkey kids. If there was any truancy that should have happened, it should have been then. I got a key to the whole house. Nigga, I'm 10. What are we doing? Man.
You're taking your ass to school and coming home.
Right.
Because trust and believe, if your mama found out you skipped school and was at the house, you getting ass whooping for real.
Yeah.
And that's for any of us that grew up in that era of being a latchkey kid. I'm for real. If your parents ever found out that you skipped school and stayed home,
man, and
they came home because they got that phone call and they had to leave work, that ass whooping was coming for real.
Oh, it wasn't even just that. It was more so of I think, don't sneak around. You're going to still sneak around. But to bring this shit back, it's almost like no matter what you do, all eyes going to always be on you. I know we've heard that so many times.
Right.
But it's like, at what point do we just say, I don't care what other people think about me. I don't care as long as I got my whatever, I got what I'm endorsing me to appreciate, or what I'm required, what I want to do for my family. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all had those inhibitions so that we could do those things and live comfortably. But that is what comfort that either you want or somebody implanted in you to say you should do this.
Yeah.
And we have to realize that everybody's conditioning or everybody's, understanding of that is going to always be different.
Absolutely.
I mean, yes, it's going to vibe with some people. Don't get me wrong. Some people are going to mimic or have that same type of, relationship or upbringing But I also say this. It's almost innately one of those things that's inevitable to happen. You're going to be nosy when it comes to understanding the people that's around you. You want to know who's around you. So it's not you're really nosy, you're just aware.
Yeah, it's more of an awareness than trying to be all up in their business.
But this conversation ain't for those people. Because those are the people that actually are prepared. It's the type of nosy where you're sitting here worried about these people because you don't want them to be hurt because you actually care for them. It's like you don't want them to think of you differently or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I know some people would just say, fuck their feelings. I don't care. This is about me and my responsibilities. I can't force,
You can't hold that door open.
Right. I can't keep that door open and I keep trying to drop gems and say, hey, you should be doing this. You should be doing this. I'm going to get it. All right. Okay. And then when you start getting it, you don't want to just like post it all over the world and just be like, oh, look what I'm doing. Woo, woo, woo. It's like, that's what social media gave us. That's what social media has done.
Yes. Yes, it has.
And people have become so in your damn business.
Yeah, because
it's like, but you can't, it's like you can't celebrate your wins nowhere. It's like you're okay with being okay with what you've accomplished. But it's always in the back of your mind. Do I really want to share this shit on Facebook?
Yeah, or any social media platform.
It's like, I know they're going to be all right, but are they going to be all right because of this?
Right.
How many people are going to really, like this and appreciate, because it's, let's call it what it is. Yes, you're looking for that emotional response because of announcement news or whatever. But at the same time, it's an announcement. There's something to celebrate here. Hey, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to call y'all. That's what I think social media and its thing was intended for, was so that you can inform the people that you got on your friends list that you want
all at one time.
All at one time. It took away the text messaging shit because you're posting it pretty much, you can put it public or just through your friends.
And it takes away from the multiple phone calls of being made as well.
I mean, people can still text you. I seen your post. What the hell?
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm going to say this. Okay. I've been looking at my phone for some football news, y'all. Not that I really wanted to just turn into this type of podcast, but hey, it's my podcast. So there was a rumor earlier today that, or I think, it was either today or, I think it was today. I heard it. That Kansas City Chiefs, that's really the only football team I talk about anyway. Just so y'all know. I mean, y'all can't tell with my, Kansas City Chiefs shirt on. Anyway, I heard, or just like skimming through, that there were rumors that there was a Patrick Mahomes was restructuring his deal so that they have more cap space. Now, the cap space that they're at in the restructuring is 21.6 million. So 21 million. Almost 22 million in salary cap space. Now, are they looking to re-sign a particular defensive back for them to run it back? Or are they trying to just hold off and see where the negotiations are for trades? Because you got to look at this. For a team to three-peat, you have to be three-peat capable. And if your three-peat capability is already solidified going in to the next season, people are going to spend a lot of money to try to overtake you. I mean, Baltimore Ravens lost to us in the playoffs, and they got Derrick Henry today
Yeah, I just saw that.
for 2 years.
Like before we came down for $16 million. I was like, wow.
2 years, $16 million now.
Whew.
Josh Jacobs is no longer a Raider. He got traded. So it's, man, a lot of
shakeup.
There's been a lot of movement.
World.
And I saw a meme today that they said it was a funny meme. That the Cowboys in this free agency has only drafted was a long snapper.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw a meme that had a picture of Cat Williams doing his 40.
Yes, I saw that.
I was like, yo. And these are Cowboy fans that they're actual Cowboy fans.
Right.
So they're passing this meme around. There's like, Dallas Cowboys, we ain't spending no money. What's going on, bro? What are we doing? We're going to the Super Bowl. Not with the team you got. Oh, y'all was asleep during the draft. Who is this dude?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, shit. Let me stop. There's Cowboy fans that are actual listeners, and they probably just completely blocked me now. So, let me stop.
They know you talk shit. So
Yeah, so
that'll be all right.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be kind of good to see what goes on in that atmosphere of Chiefs Kingdom, because they would have to. I mean, they are aggressive. We kept Tranquil, who we got from the Chargers, and that dude showed out this season. I don't care what anybody said. I was a fan. I was a fan when we got him, because I remember talking to you about it. I was like, "Yo, he's that linebacker from." He's a problem. I was like, he is a problem. He was a problem when we played him that year. I was like, who is this dude?
And then what happened? He came in.
They said he was a free agent. I was like, get him. And they got him. I was like, yeah. So shout out to Drew Tranquil. I'm glad we, allow him to marinate in Cheese Kingdom again too, because that dude is crazy. Like crazy talented, not like mentally. I mean like crazy talented. Anywho, let me get off of talking about sports, and where I left off at, we was talking about stop being nosy and it'll be all right. I had to. This is just me personally. I had to realize that even though I can put a lot of work into learning something or doing something, just trying to educate myself and doing something that I was interested in. We could talk about crypto for just a brief second. Not going to be long. But when I learned about crypto, which was a few years ago, and didn't apply it, that's where my frustration came in last year.
I was going to say, are you feeling like you're kicking yourself in the tail for not knowing as much of it?
I wasn't following the trends, and I wasn't following the actual, narratives that were coming out. And the reason why was because, to be honest, I was interested, but I had too much going on.
Yeah.
I literally had too much going on. I was literally moving cross country to be, not to put all our business out there, but we was in a hotel for a minute.
Yeah. That 3 months, man, that was.
We was in a hotel for a minute, and it's not a like woe is me story. It's reality. It's a transparency. And this is a complete live podcast. I don't want y'all thinking this is rehearsed or anything. I don't rehearse none of my podcasts.
No.
At all. The only thing that may be rehearsed and is really not is just the beginning and the ending.
Right.
All this shit in between is
because typically we say the exact same thing in the beginning and the exact same thing at the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
As I sip my water.
That was definitely a interesting transition, I will say.
Well, it's not not just for me as well as you, because your job is coming across country and living on the East Coast, and you haven't lived on the East Coast since
I was in high school.
Yeah, right. Since you graduated high school, so it was my second go round, because I came here when I retired. So anyway, long story short, it was a stressful time period. So I kind of just left it alone. And then as I started getting settled back in, that interest started kicking up, because I was always paying attention to the market. I just wasn't paying attention every day. It wasn't an everyday thing. It was like maybe once every week, 2 weeks. And I didn't have really nothing in there because I stopped putting it in. I was just like, whatever. And then I started seeing YouTube videos about airdrops, and I was like, I keep hearing about airdrops, but I need to learn about them. Yeah, learned about them for about a year. Like, didn't invest in none. Just every time I heard about one, I was just paying attention to what they were saying and why it was important for me to know the project, know what it's going to do. And I was investing in Solana when it was a dime.
Wow.
When it started being able, when you could stake it on Coinbase, I put all of it there and forgot about it. We had that kind of, I wouldn't say craziness. It was just, we were just busy. Yeah, it was a lot going on.
A lot.
And I just, like I said, it wasn't my motivation. Now, because I've educated myself so much into understanding this airdrop stuff that it opened doors for me understanding different protocols and blah, 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 learning trends, doing technical analysis, understanding that, being able to understand what the market's doing, what it's not doing, blah, blah, blah. And what it's doing right now, I mean, I couldn't even really tell you, other than the fact that it's doing something crazy right now that has just, it's astonishing.
It's on steroids right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, what Bitcoin is at 72,000. Last time I checked, it may have changed. I don't know. I haven't looked at crypto since it's been a few a few hours. So
I was gonna say a few hours.
So let me creep back in here and look at Bitcoin. I'm trying to pull up the right market because I don't want to pull up one that's not the right one. So it's at 71,000. It did have a big dip this afternoon and went all the way down to like 69, and then it came back up. So, yeah, it's got the hiccups right now because people are thinking that it's going to drop down to like in the 50s. And a lot of people are saying, no, that wouldn't make sense. Not at this point. We're too close to Bitcoin having one. The altcoins haven't had a baby yet.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, I always had that reference of,
they haven't had a baby.
There's, I heard something.
Yeah.
The way I put it is different, but what I always say is that, you got to pimp your money out.
Yeah.
You got to be able, that's how the rich think. The rich don't think about, they had these, I heard it on the internet, it was these three analogies. It said most poor people think about when they get money as paying bills. They said some middle class, not all middle class, some middle class think about paying bills, but also being comfortable. And it's way different than the poor mindset. And then that's just with money. And then the rich person is just like, how am I putting this money to work? Because that's what the purpose of money. You're supposed to put it to work. You're supposed to put that money to work. So when I started registering that, I was like, yeah, I'm just spending money just because I got it. I can actually save the money that I can normally save. I was just spending it on dumb stuff. Now it's different because, when you learn certain things that I was talking about in the beginning part, when we was talking about, when I was doing the lessons or whatever on the beginning of crypto, my version.
Right.
I said a lot of times if you want to try something that's peer to peer, meaning you're basically you're signing up for ownership of a wallet. You get your security key. It's your wallet. You have a Coinbase account. Let's say that you have a Coinbase account and you have Solana, and you heard that they have a wallet, a Solana wallet, because Solana is its own ecosystem. So you like, yo, I need to get that Phantom wallet. You get the Phantom wallet, and you know you have to do things differently, because this is one of those software wallets I was talking about. You have to make sure you document whatever your pass key is in order. It's numbered. It has to be in that order. So yeah, you're gonna have to write it out. 1, 2, 3, whatever the number is. And you have to do that, because that's your security, that's your wallet. Now, you want to transfer that Solana that you have in that wallet to another wallet. And it's very easy to do. If you want to know how, I can tell you, or there's YouTube out there. But that's the kind of thing that I had to understand and learn and be good at, because you don't want to send it to the wrong address because you won't get it back.
Yeah, because it's not like taking the money out of your left pocket and putting it into your right pocket.
No, it's really not.
You know, so many people use the analogy of the left pocket, right pocket thing, of the left is your checking and the right is your savings. You know,
Kevin Hart had a joke like that. I love the way he put it, but it's the same way. You know, when you have to transfer money from one pocket to the next, you actually mentally are the bank. You just have practiced to be the bank, and you screw it up every time. It's like, see, I gotta put this money over here, because if I put it over here, I'm not gonna touch it. I have to go home with this money over here. This money, I've already got it in my mind. I can just mess it off. I don't care. But then when you are able to put more money into that pocket, and you're able to do more things, now this other pocket became a true savings account, because now all you're doing is dumping your money in there and just allowing it to just stack up from time to time. And that's the way we was always thought to, you know, kind of, I think, you know, live life and budget our money. But this is the problem. You're not putting that money to work. You're saving that money and putting it up, and it's not putting work on y'all. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much money you make. You should be able to put that money to work. Some of it, I'm not saying all of it. I'm not saying take your entire savings and just drop it on Bitcoin, and then all of a sudden it shits on itself and you're like, man, I only got $100 in there. No, I don't want you to do that.
Right.
What I want you to do is if you're going to get in anything that involves your money, you need to learn how to use what's available to put your money in so you can put it to work. That's the only way that you're going to be able to really put that money to work and let it get hella pregnant and have a bunch of kids, and they fighting on who paying child support. And guess what? They paying child support on each other. So now you multiply. Let me stop.
Wow.
Let me stop.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
So
this dude.
Yeah, anyway. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about tonight, y'all. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm not gonna even fade that, because I just need to come in and get out.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm gonna start doing. They're gonna be quick hitters, and then we out. But anything for the people before we get up out of here?
The only thing I have is, you know, be you, be your own encouragement. You don't always need someone else telling you how good you are, or, you know, you can always do better. Be your own encouragement. And if you need to change the scenery, change the scenery. Enjoy the rest of your week. Peace. I'm out.
I think a lot of times people don't understand that you can control what you want to control if you choose to, but you can't run away and expect those same situations to just be what they are. But when you get to this point where it's like, I need to elevate, and I know that the money I'm supposed to be making, it ain't gonna be here. It ain't gonna never be here. And maybe I need to go marinate somewhere else. That's not necessarily just physical location. That's just how we have to respond to life sometimes. Sometimes we have to go the way we need to go because I want what's over there. I think that's what we got to pay attention to is where are we going? Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. Y'all know y'all can catch me every Tuesday at 7 p.m.-ish Eastern time. Right here on all the little social media. We ain't gonna say all, we'll just say a few. Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Make sure y'all tap in, y'all tapping in, y'all sharing it, and y'all subscribe to our fan page, which is That's What I Said fan page. With that being said, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed, like I said, and we'll catch y'all next Tuesday. We out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real,